Hello Year 5 and welcome to your maths meeting. You need something to write with and something to write on. So I'll give you a few seconds just to get yourself ready and off we go. Okay, let's start. So we are starting with Patty place value and she wants to know what 20 divided by 100 is. So if we look at our place value chart, we have 2 dots in the tens column because we're looking at 20 and we're dividing it by 100. Estimate your answer, please. Pause the video now. Okay, let's see how we did. So 20 divided by 100, the answer you should have got was 0.2. As you can see, we've jumped 2 spaces to the right. So we had 2 dots in the tens column and they've jumped 1, 2 into the tenths column. So the answer is 0.2. Another way to help you remember is to look at the number you are dividing by. 100 has 2 zeros, so the 2 zeros tell you 2 spaces to move to the right. Now, Patty's asked us 357 divided by 100. Pause the video now and write down your answer. Right, let's see how we got on. 357 divided by 100, the answer is 3.57. As you can see, the number has jumped 2 spaces. We had 3 dots in the hundreds column and that's jumped 1, 2 to the ones. And we had 5 dots in the tens column and that's jumped 1, 2 to the tenths. And 7 dots in the ones column and that's jumped 1, 2 to the hundredths. As you can see, there's 2 spaces each time, so the answer is 3.57. Now, Patty place value wants us to compare decimals. So we have the numbers 0.42 and 0.7. And you can see the blue is 0.42 on the place value chart and the red is 0.7. You need to write the sentence, which number is greater than. Pause the video now to write your answer. Okay, let's see how we got on. So the answer you should have had was 0.7 is greater than 0.42, as you can see, if we look at the tenths column, there are 4 blue dots and 7 red dots. 7 is greater than 4, therefore 0.7 is greater than 0.42. Now, we have the number 6.03 and 6.1. And just like before, you need to write the sentence of which number is greater than. Pause the video now to write your answer. Let's see how we did. So as you can see here on our place value chart, we have 6 dots in the ones column and 3 in the hundredths and 6 dots in the ones column and 1 in the tenths. 0.1 is bigger than a 0.01, so therefore 6.03 is bigger than 6.1. Now, Patty place value has asked us to look at this place value chart and work out the tenths, hundreds and thousands and fill out the sentence. Pause the video now to write your answer. So if we look in the tenths column, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths. There are 2 hundredths, 1, 2 and 1 thousandth. The number is said as 0.521. As you can see, 5 tenths, 2 hundredths and 1 thousandths. It is 0 point, as we can see there is nothing in the ones column and the black dot is the decimal, so therefore it starts 0 point. Now, let's look at this one. We have our chart with our tenths, hundredths and thousandths. You need to fill out the sentence. Pause the video now. Okay, let's see how we did. So you should have 3 tenths because there's 1, 2, 3 dots in the tenths column. 8 hundredths, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hundredths. And thousandths, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number is said as 0.384. Like we said before, it starts as 0 point as there is nothing in the ones column and we can see the black decimal point. Now, Perry's perimeter. The perimeter, to remind you, is the distance around the edge of a 2D shape. So, I would like you to work out the perimeter of this shape. Pause the video now to write your answer. Okay, let's see how we did. So we know that the other side would have been 22 and the bottom would have been 6. So let's work it out. Perimeter we need to add. So we need to add 22, add 22, add 6, add 6. So starting with the ones, 2 add 2 is 4, add the 6 is 10, add another 6 is 16. So we put the 1 down, we carry the 1. So we put the 6 down and we carry the 1. 2 add 2 is 4, add the 1 is 5. Your answer should have been 56 centimetres. Now, I'd like you to work out the perimeter of this shape. Pause the video now to write your answer. Let's see how we got on. So, you should have done 32 add 32 is 64, 8 add 8 is 16, 64 add 16 is 80, so therefore the perimeter of this shape is 80 centimetres. Now we are starting with convert with Bert. If you look here, you can see there's a table to help you, and it tells you about seconds converted to minutes and years and decades and centuries and years. So what I want to know is how many minutes are there in 3 hours. Use the table to help you and complete the sentence. Pause the video now. Okay, let's see how we got on with this one. So, we know there are 60 minutes in an hour and we need to work out what 3 hours is. 60 times 3 is a bit tricky, so I know 6 times 3 is 18, so that will help me. So I just need to times 18 by 10 or add the 0 onto 60 times 3. So therefore there are 180 minutes in 3 hours. Now we need to work out how many months are there in a decade. So I need to look at the month section and decade to work out this answer. Pause the video now to write your results. Okay, let's have a look. So we know there are 12 months in a year and there are 10 years in 1 decade. So I need to work out what 12 times 10 is. Easy peasy, 12 times 10, 120. There are 120 months in a decade. Well done, Year 5. That was your maths meeting.